Hey everybody, how are you? This is Jennifer Wegman, Ultimate Connector with Insight Information Solutions. And I am popping in here in the group today because I need to call us both out on something that is really important. So I had lunch today because my husband's back shift this week. I had lunch today, a networking lunch with a woman I met about a year ago today at an expo, at the Women's Expo. Randomly, we started talking at lunch and we set a time to meet for our own lunch, and we've grown a relationship over the year. Hi, whoever dropped on. She's an older lady. She's a prominent in the community and in the restaurant industry. Hey, Cindy. And she is never, ever, ever going to buy from me. I know that, but you know what? It's totally cool that she's never going to buy from me because her experience, her business experience, her life experience, and having her in my life, personally and professionally, is more important than any money I can ever make off of her. But we were chatting at lunch, and the one thing that she told me, the number one truth about business is about relationships. It's about connection. And anybody who doesn't believe that is crazy. You can have as many websites as you want. You can have the perfect copy that you want. You can tweak this sales funnel, tweak that sales funnel, have this opt-in, have that opt-in. But ultimately, at the end of the day, all that is bullshit if nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to look at it. Nobody's going to call you for a referral to buy from you or to collaborate with you. The only way you're going to build your business is by creating and nurturing relationships with other people who could potentially be a client, a referral, or a collaborator with you. All of the relationships that have helped my business have been personal, one-on-one, authentic, genuine relationships with small groups of people who have my back and I have theirs. If you are in this group and you are lurking, because there are 525 of you, and probably about 25 of you who actually post, and even less of you who actually attend Cup of Connection events, then you're not going to get any benefit out of this group. Hey, Rhonda, Christine, Sherry. Hi, everybody. I am creating a place, a group for you to specifically focus on building relationships. That's the only focus of this group. I'm not, I need you to come out of lurkerdom, introduce yourself, say hello, even if it's just once or twice a month. There are a lot of networking groups, like the one I'm going to on Friday, that only meets once a month. But hey, once a month, you can build some pretty damn decent relationships once a month, which Christine knows because Christine and I live not very far from each other, and we actually met at it. And we reconnected on Facebook, and now we speak once a week, and we're just having a great time. We're doing more networking together, potentially, working together in the future, because we're getting to know each other through networking and through relationship building, through chatting. I know that some of you, a lot of you who are on this video, have attended the virtual Cup of Connection events or are a part of the Cozy Business Nook or the Entre Moms Connect networking group that I have, and even part of my mastermind, which it was replaced by the Cozy Business Nook. And I'm just seeing some threads in some other groups, which is great because it's great market research for me. But I'm an introvert. But I don't have time, but I don't have the energy. I don't have a good follow-up system. It's not always about systems. It's not always about, this, that, or the other thing. It's not about the perfect content. I often struggle to post in groups lately because I'm bored with my content, and I feel like if I'm bored with it, then it's not meaning anything to anybody else, or that because my copy's not spot on, that people aren't going to resonate with me. But I'm really just bullshitting myself to no end here. I just need to get into these groups, and I need to engage, and I just need to make sure that people know what they can call me for, what they can tag me for, what they can come to me for. I posted a video in here about, I think it was the Marie Forleo video about following good fear. Obviously, good fear in the sense of, hey, don't run in front of that bus, or hey, this guy's shooting, don't run in front of his bullets, or, hey, there's a big cliff there, don't jump off of it. That's a good fear, and that's one you should definitely heed. But she talked about in the video how she wants to follow, how she had this fear about wanting to be a dancer at 25, which is over the hill in Dancerville. And she told this story about how she gave herself all these reasons, all these excuses why she couldn't do this or why she couldn't do that. And ultimately, when she got into that dance studio and the music started to play, she just knew that she started crying because she knew that she was home. And I actually did tear up at that because, why often do you feel that way at Zumba? It really got me to think. I tend to focus on this website copy or that website copy, or, is this copy good? And when can I promote this? What can I do that? And really, all I just need to be doing is just reaching out to people and engaging. So the purpose of the engagement experiment, and I'm so happy with all of you because those of you who are participating are just knocking it out of the park, creating some conversations, getting to know each other better, and I just love it. But I also think, and I've been struggling with here on my own, I'm just out here, it's a spring day, it's gorgeous outside. I've also been struggling with on my own what connection really means to me. And I think ultimately connection, obviously we need to connect with other people to build our businesses. We have to get our butt moving, the physical spirit, the physical part of it, get out there and actually network, or get on the call and network. But I also think that we need to be really connected with what we're doing on the inside and connected with our businesses and what we're putting out there with other people. So I'm going to start to see some small tweaks in the group about things that I talk about, but it's always going to tie back to connection. It's always going to tie back to relationship building. And, I think that connection really is integrative. It's a mind, body, spirit endeavor, because when you connect with me in a way that's authentic, like over a shared event or over shared circumstances or over common interests like romance novels or television shows or Zumba. Obviously, Zumba is always the default thing. When you connect with somebody over something like that, that relationship is going to run so much deeper than you could ever realize. And it has nothing, yes, it has to do with your business, because if people like you, they'll listen to you. If people trust you, they'll do business with you. But I've got to be honest, I have been two different people my entire working life. I've been work gen and I've been home gen. Because when you work in corporate, you cannot be yourself. You just can't. There's facets of your life that you don't share at work. Like the one time my husband met people that I used to work with, and they would always say how docile I am, how quiet I am, how polite I am, how this I am, how that I am. And then he's like, really? Because that's not how she is at home. When I'm at home, I can swear up a storm when I'm here at home. I'm going to be honest, I say the F word a lot here at home. The only time I've ever let the F word fly in my own office when the door was closed at work was when I worked on some projects for like 3 or 4 hours and then forgot to save it, and then ended up having my computer crash and losing everything. But yeah, exactly. I say dirty words. I mean, we all say dirty words, right? But I'm not going to laden my content with the F word, because that for me is a turn off. But every once in a while I do say a dirty word. Sometimes you just have to say it because it's just there on the top of your head. And Why should we filter ourselves as entrepreneurs when we don't have to be those two different people, right? I want to share my life with you. I want you to share your life with me, not just your business, not just try to sell me, not just try to sell each other, but just to get to know each other and to think, hey, maybe this is a person that I can help, or maybe this is a person who can help me, not necessarily in a business way, but even in a advice sort of way, or a accountability sort of way, accountability buddies. Yeah, easier said than done. I'm reading all the comments. I'm just not addressing all of them because I have a train of thought and it's so easy for me to derail from my train of thought. It's ridiculous. So, I'm just so tired, guys. I'm so tired of being two different people. I know, Rhonda, you never have, and I appreciate that. But I think on some level, we're all two different people. We're the person that we show people when we're working, and we're the person that we show people when we're at home. And, we need to start to integrate that a little bit more, so that we can lead a revolution of sales from this authentic, genuine place. If I'm Tess McGill, is that the real Jen? I think on some level it is. I'm not. She was a bit sneaky, and kind of going through that deal through the back door. But I think that the innovation that she had about putting these two things together that people wouldn't necessarily think to put together in the traditional M&A world. I think that's definitely who I am. That I'm when I sit down to think about my business, I look at the themes that have run through in every iteration of it. One is, I'm a bridge. I'm a bridge between people, and I'm a bridge between people and resources. I help connect you to the information and people that you need to be successful, because I love to do that. I'm a dot connector, so I'm able to look at trends over time, or look at different situations like in the external market and your internal business, and see something maybe that you're not able to see because you're so close to it. I love helping people. I love connecting people. So really, bridge, which ironically is in my logo. The line in my logo, it represents the bridge, and the magnifying glass in my logo represents my ability to look closely at things and see things that people don't otherwise see. But it also means maybe we need to look closely at ourselves and to see the things that we don't normally see, because when we're not connected with ourselves and being that authentic person that we need to show up and be, people won't be, it'll feel, somebody said this to me when we were talking a while back, it still felt like I'm pulling people towards me with this big rope, that I have this rope and this content, and I'm using that content to just pull people in, instead of sitting back and saying, hey, here I am, my name's Jen, I'm a connection coach for entrepreneurs, and I can help you create better connections in your life and business, and letting people come to me, because they know that they struggle with follow-up, they know that they don't answer emails for 3 months, they know that they don't go to networking events because they're scared or because they're uncomfortable. They know that they don't go to networking events because they can't find a sitter. You all know what you struggle with when it comes to relationships. You can't find leads. You don't know where to find them. You're on Facebook when you should be on LinkedIn, or you're on LinkedIn where you should be on Facebook. I'm just, so tired of pulling. And I think we're all tired of pulling in some way or another. We have to find that happy medium between a passion project and, something that helps us to do what we really desire to do, or that allows us to do what we're passionate about, which is maybe traveling or sitting on the beach drinking a wine. I don't generally drink wine on the beach because I think I get dehydrated. But I like to sit on the beach and read a book. That is my favorite thing in the world to do, which I don't really get to do anymore, because usually when I'm on the beach, I'm wrangling a toddler. So it's just actually more work to go to the beach than it is just to stay here at home and sit on my stoop and chat with you guys. But I want to talk to you all about, when you don't create boundaries, how that affects your ability to connect. When you don't feel aligned with what you're doing, it affects your ability to connect and build relationships. When you say yes to things, to everything, because you want to help, how that ultimately just drains you of your energy. Yes, you build relationships, but are you really building, are you building the right relationships? Are you spending your time the right way? Thank you, Rhonda. I have a whole list of topics that I want to talk to you about, and they can all come back to relationship building and connection. So I'm super excited about it, and I hope that you are too, and I hope that you're enjoying the engagement experiment. I have for May, because I've been active on Instagram again, which has totally been behind the scenes because frankly, I love to make graphics in Canva, but I suck at it. It takes a lot of time, and I just don't have the energy. I don't want to create this content-filled Instagram feed. I want to create pictures of me, pictures of my son, pictures of my husband, pictures of my house, pictures of things of what I like to do so people can get to know me, tying it into the relationships. But I get all these comments, these smiley faces, these great feed, great content, this is awesome. But no actual thoughtful, except from the people I know, like Rhonda, no actual thoughtful, relevant comments, right? And it pisses me off. So May's theme is going to be let's get social. We're going to put the social back into social media, which I'm super excited about. And then I think for June, I'm going to focus on, and I read about this in the book You Are a Badass, about 29 gifts. I guess there's a book called 29 Gifts where you give away one thing for 29 days. Which also helps a lot with relationship building, because when you give away a phone call, or you give away a smile, or you give away, pay it forward, go to Dunkin' Donuts and buy person behind you's order. Those random acts, those acts of kindness, those acts of giving, ultimately, they make you feel good, and you get DMs. Sometimes I get the DMs like, thanks for following me. Join my Facebook group. Yeah, okay. But, we're going to work on giving away, but giving things away that make us happy, and giving things away that help to build relationships, but in a really good way. Not necessarily just giving away the farm. Ironically, here I am on a farm. Not giving away the farm and then never receiving in return, but just giving away for the sake of making someone smile or making an impact. Because ultimately, this business, all of our businesses are about impact, right? We want to impact somebody somewhere with something that we say. And I haven't been thinking about that enough. I've been so focused on, what content should I put out? Oh, people need to struggle with follow-up, so maybe I should put something something about follow-up out. And not really just approaching this. I think we all need to obviously have a strategy, but I haven't been approaching it from this place of inner happiness and what I believe about relationship building, and about just connecting. I think that there's people in my life, in my personal life, who don't know what I do. Like, oh yeah, I want to do that, but I don't know who to ask. So I really need to challenge myself to get better with that also. And I think we all probably do on some level. We compartmentalize our lives, right? The people at the gym, you don't necessarily talk to about what you do at work. And it's about coming and being that one person that they know that you do this, but they also know that you do this other thing too. So I hope you'll continue on the journey with me. I think it'll actually be very fortunate, a very good thing for you guys, because we'll all get to weigh in on a lot of different topics, and I'll be able to bring in some very different guest experts. Not every guest expert is going to have to focus on necessarily networking. We can focus on some self-care. We can focus on our strengths. We can focus on, let's see, what else? Boundaries. overcoming challenges, overcoming expected challenges, being prepared for unexpected challenges like home invasions, fires, and hurricanes. And just, we can have some really great panel discussions. We can have some really great networking discussions. And we can just connect on so many different levels. So I want to thank those of you who sat through this for sitting through this with me. And if you haven't checked it out yet, please check out my website page, insightInfoSolutions.com/goodies. There you can find the link to register for the networking events. You can find the link to join the networking groups. You can find out also how to work with me, and to get the follow-up flowchart freebie. So I will talk to you all later. Keep engaging, okay? That's the point of this group, to build better business connections. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.